I figured I'd make this little video explaining what I see. I always hear that everybody says you need Winchester AA wads if you want to reload for shotgun shells. They're the best. While I do agree that they are very good, there are some differences. Some of the newer ones, like this is the gray Winchester AA. It's got a really thick, springy hull to it, and it's good for loading multiple times. Then you've got this old red AA wad. You see it's more flimsy, and they crimp quite different and they act a little bit different when you're loading them. Now I've loaded up several and got pretty good results with some different components, but I want to show you. If you look down inside the old, or I don't even know if this is the old or the newer ones, you got like a white base wad. And the reason they put these plastic base wads in here is because back in the day when you had paper shells, when you would reload them or shoot them, it'd burn a hole through here when it was setting the powder off and cause a weak spot in the case. So they started putting these plastic base wads in here, reducing the amount of brass that they needed to protect the shell, because as we all know that plastic is a lot cheaper than brass. But if you look at the gray hull, you notice it's a little bit different color base wad. These are more of a black or a gray base wad. I'll hold these up where you can see. That one's more of a black, or that one's more of a white. But anyways, and I'll show you that I usually use one wad for the gray hulls, and most cases that what I found out most accurate in my gun, you probably get different results, is this Nobel Sport from Ballistic Products. It's the 139 GTT1 wad. It's a really beefy wad. They're all connected, and basically these are perforated so that not only do they split, but they actually separate from the I guess you'd call it the base wad itself, the power piston. But on those, what I like to do is I'll use 20 gauge nitro cards. Also, I ordered these because I like to order from places where I can get everything at one time, so I don't have to keep paying shipping for multiple different places. So I got the 1/8 20 gauge nitro card. Got 500 of them in a bag. It's like a compressed fiber, almost like as hard as wood. But what I'll do is I'll just put the nitro card in there, and then put my slug in there, and it makes a pretty nice load in the AA gray wad. So show you those. Now I have found out with the wads and stuff that I like, that I usually use this AA wad, the old red one with the more pliable hull. I usually use the Federal Champion, and I think this is the, if I can't get a bag of them out here and see, this is the 12S3 wad. I've had pretty good success with those. And they've got a more pliable pedal to them. And I don't put a nitro card in those. I just use the slug. And I'll show you how they crimp a little bit different. This is a Winchester AA that I loaded with a GTT1. Yeah, GTT1 Ballistic Products Nobel Sport Wad, and it crimps really nice with the nitro card. Now, if I loaded up a Winchester AA red hull with Ballistic Products Nobel Sport Wad, end up getting this, which this will shoot just fine, no problem, and you can actually even see how your slug is in there. But the way these crimp with that beefier wad, a lot of times what you'll end up getting is a little bit distorted crimps. Once again, these will shoot just fine, no issues, but you know, the aesthetics just ain't all that great. So I usually keep the Federal Champion 12S3 wad, and when you crimp them, they come out looking like this. You can see the difference. They just crimp a little bit nicer. So, and I'll go through right quick and I'll show you how I actually load these real quick. Let me get the camera set up and we'll get at it.